Hey, you guys, Erica Stauber with Red Bed Realty with Century 21 Judgify Company. So I want to talk to you about filing your protest for your property taxes before the deadline, and the deadline is May 15th. There's two ways that you can do this. One of them is you get the paper form delivered to the Central Appraisal District office, and you need to make sure that you get that in before they close on May 15th, or you can file online, which is what I always do. If you file online, you have until 11:59 p.m. on May 15th. So what we're going to talk about today is getting that protest filed. I'm going to do another video where we're going to talk about actually protesting the value. But today is part one, where you have that all-important deadline of May 15th. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to take you guys to the Denton County Appraisal District website. And that is dentoncad.com. I'm going to take you home to the Denton County Central Appraisal District website. And down, you scroll down just a little bit, and you're going to find the public portal. So enter the public portal, and you will need to sign in. If you are not registered, you will need to register. So go ahead and get logged in. And then once you get logged in, you're going to want to manage properties. You will need to have the notice of appraised value that the appraisal district sends you, because in red is that e-file pin, and you're going to need that. So you're going to go to manage properties, and you're going to add property ID. Oops, actually, that's not what I do. I property search. So when you property search, you can search by account number, address, owner name. I was working with someone the other day, and she had to try all three before she actually had her property pull up. I don't know why, but eventually it worked. So type in whatever it is you want to type in. And I'm just going to type in my residential address. You go to search, and it should pull up the address. And this is where you can add that e-file pin. There's going to be a place for you to do that. Once you add the e-file pin, you will then come up here where it's in blue and it says add properties. You will add your property there. Once you select add properties, it will pop up over here in my properties. So you see my husband's workshop is there, and then our residential property is there. And you are going to want to go to this little icon on the left where it has hands shaking and says protest. So select that, and your properties are going to pull up, and there's a little drop-down menu on the right. And whoops, and that is where you select the top one will be highlighted for you to select protest property. Now, because I've already filed my protest, I cannot take you into the platform to do that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take you to the paper form, because the questions are the same, so that we can review how I fill out this form. And I do want to say what I'm showing you is how I do this. There are definitely companies that this is what they do, and you're very welcome to hire a company. I'm just sharing my process as a homeowner who lives in Denton County, who protests my taxes every year. Okay, so I'm going to open up the, let's see what the form is called, Property Owner's Notice of Protest. So this is the property owner's notice of protest. And this is going to be the same questions that you're going to find if you do file online. And if you'll notice right here in red, it gives you that online filing web address. So first things first, if you have any additional exemptions in addition to your homestead exemption, then you would go ahead and click that there. Your homestead exemption is actually a different form. And if you need help filing that, let me know and I can send that form to you. Otherwise, section 1 and 2 is going to be already filled in for you because you're online and you've already selected the property. All right, what we do need to talk about is the hearing type. So, do you request an informal conference with the appraisal office before protest hearing? I always say yes. So there are 3 different times that you can receive an offer from the appraisal board. The first time is when I file online. They will send me a message and they will say, hey, we've made you an offer for property value. And I can accept it or I can reject it. If I accept it, I digitally sign and we are done. If I reject it, that offer is completely gone. You don't get it back. The second level is going to have the informal conference. This is where you go to the appraisal office and you sit down with someone kind of like at a window and you can talk to them. This is where in the past I have been able to ask questions about my property, what the different codes mean, and make sure that my property is basically classified appropriately. When I went in a couple of years ago, we found out that my husband's workshop, they said that it was off of a paved road, and it's not, it's off of a gravel road. And so we were able to get that corrected, which automatically lowered the value of his property. Then it wants to know if you request a single member ARB panel or a regular panel of at least 3 members. This is the final and highest step to the best of my knowledge. You can choose single member or regular panel. The one time I've gone in front of the ARB, I did do the regular panel, which means there were multiple people there. And then you choose how you want to appear in front of that ARB panel. I've always gone in person. Next, it wants to know how you want to receive notice of your ARB meeting. I always do certified mail, and then I do request that I want them to send me a copy of its hearing procedures, and I give them my mobile number so they can also send me a reminder. Now, special panel request. So down here, I don't know why it's down here, but it says, do you request a copy of the evidence the chief appraiser will introduce at the hearing? Yes, you definitely want to see the evidence. Otherwise, the questions regarding the property value of 57 million or more don't apply to me. Okay, so that is how you fill out the questions online, or whether you fill them out here. You do what works best for you. And I thank you for joining me today.